Hello everyone, this is Mr. Isometric, and in this video tutorial we are going to make a smooth camera follower for our car. We made this car in our car tutorial series, and someone commented over there to make a smooth camera controller for our car. So let's get started. So the first thing we will do is this is my car prefab. Okay, so if your car is not prefab, you just have to create two empties in your simple car or your car object. Okay, so I'll just right click and create empty, but as you can see, as this is a prefab, this game object has this plus icon over here. I can just right click and add game object, apply to prefab simple car. Okay, so I'll just click F2 over here to rename it, and I'll rename it to look at. Okay, and then again I'll add an empty object, right click, add game object, add to simple car. Okay, and now I'll just press F2 and I'll just name it target. Okay, so these two are now inside our simple car. So now let's create our smooth camera follower. So visual script inside the bolt in our main camera. Let's right click over there, bolt flow machine. Let's create a new macro. Inside the macros we will name it smooth camera. Save it. Let's delete these two events. Okay, so first things, we have to get instance of this look at and target. So in our scene variable tab, we will create this instance of these two objects. Let's create first for look at. Hit plus. It's a game object. Let's drag and drop our look at. Okay, wait, let's undo this. Okay, look at, and drag and drop it over here. And now we will create target. It's a game object, and we want our target inside our target. Okay, so now that we have created these two variables, we will now create a camera follower. But before that, we have to position our two empties in a specific position. So we will put our look at on the top of our car in the front, right over there. It doesn't have to be that much perfect, it just have to be in the front over there. I think it looks good. And our camera is going to look at this empty object, and in the target we are going to set this target's position to the camera without any offset. As you know, when we set the position of our camera to our car, it snaps to the origin of the target. So we will just use this empty object as the position of our camera. I have roughly positioned it over there. Okay, so our look at is at the top of the car, and our target is just our position of our camera to be behind the car. Okay, so let's just now in the main camera, the smooth camera, right click, and we will first add a set position. Okay, transform dot set position, and we have to set position of our camera to the empty. So what we will do is we have to get the position of our empty. So what we'll do is we'll take our target, we will say get position. Okay, so now we got the position, and in the set position we will just plug that right into there, and we also have to update it. We search for update, and this is an update event. So now our camera will snap to our this target over here. Okay, so now we have to search for look at. So now there are four types of look at, but we will choose choose this one, world position and world up. And now what we will do is this world position asks for, if we go in the graph inspector, as you can see, the first, this target represents the target object, which is our camera. We want our camera to look at. The second vector represents point to look at, and the point to look at is our this look at empty. So we want our empty to be directly plugged into there. Empty is transform. Okay, so now what we will do is we will take our empty look at and we will get its position. Let's just use this above one. Okay, now that we have got its position, we will directly plug that right into here. For now we are done. This is not a smooth camera, it's just a rough camera. We will make it smooth now. Okay, now as you can see, it is upside down, so we just have to put one over here in the y-axis. Okay, as this is world up. And now when I press W, when I rotate, my camera rotates with it, and it's looking at my car on the front. Okay, great. Now what we will do is we'll make it smooth, and to make this thing smooth we have to use a node called as lerp. Okay, so what lerp does is it goes from okay, let me just show that. Okay, so in general what lerp does is it goes from A to B with the what we specify over here. If I specify over here in the TB, if we specify 0.1, so in it will, from 0 to 1 it will go in 0.1 increments, such as 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 till 0.9 and 1. So that's what lerp does is. And we can also use lerp as a vector, and the reason why we used this world position and world up, because we could also have used this one, this simple one, the target one, but as you can see the input of it, it's not its input is transform and not the vector one, so we needed the transform one. That's why we are using this to make our smooth left and right movement smooth. Okay, so let me just drag and drop it over here. We will search for lerp, we will choose vector 3 and directly plug that over there. Okay, so now as you can see we have to go from our final position to our desired position, right? So our desired position should be, our target position is our desired position, right? So what we'll do is this desired position will go in the B section, and what in the A we want our camera. So let's just control D. Now this get position is of the camera. Okay, it belongs to camera because the flow as I said earlier, the flow macro is on the camera. So our camera position has to move to the empty position with 0.1 increments. Okay, so now our camera will move slowly with the 0.1 increments towards the target position, so our camera movement will be smooth out. We will do same thing with here. As you can see, this is our desired position. We will plug that into the B socket, and from the same get position we can either directly take this and drag it over here, or you can make another one for the camera. Okay, control D. Let's move this down. Okay, so now our camera will, let me just plug it over there. Okay, so now our camera will move from the camera position to the look at position with 0.1 increments, and I think that's it. We are done with our smooth camera controller. Let me just tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so now as you can see we are done with the, also you can do one thing is this update method, you can change it with late update. Okay, so we are done with the smooth camera. You can just copy and paste everything. Just remember that our flow macro is on our camera, and that's all. That's it, just to matter. And in the scene variable we created two empty objects, look at and target. Look at is at the top of the car and target is at the camera. So let's just play this now. So as you can see, our camera is moving really smoothly and it's not glued to our car. Let me just pause it and let's watch our camera movement in the scene view, and look how smooth it is. As you can see, our camera moves very smoothly, and if I take my target vector, as you can see, my camera moves really smoothly with some increments. Okay, so now with this help of this vector, you can position your camera or anywhere, and your camera will always look at empty. So you can change this look at empty anywhere you want and just keep it on the top of the car. Okay, so now you just have to adjust these two empties as per the view. You can take it back as much as you want. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead. Okay, that's it. This is our smooth camera controller script. Thank you for commenting in the comment section. If you want something else, do comment in the comment box, and if you find this video helpful, do like and subscribe. And for staying tuned, you know what to do. You have to ring the bell icon. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.